How's it going, everyone? We have some Clair Obscur Expedition 33 updates to go over in this video. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for the physical copy to go back in stock and you're gonna pick it up ASAP. Look, I'm covering this in this video right now as I'm recording this. It is 1:34 p.m. Eastern time. I don't know how long it's gonna be in stock, but there is the GameStop exclusive Lumiere edition that is live right now. I'll talk about that. I also want to go over some other updates and insights on the game via various stats and whatnot, so we'll talk about that at the end of this video. But right off the bat, the Clair Obscur Expedition 33 Lumiere edition, the physical release, is live right now on GameStop. Now, it will be available on October the 31st. It is $70. This is the beefed up edition. I don't know how long it's going to be available for, but the deluxe edition is in stock. The standard edition is not, and the collector's edition at this point is in stock as well. That is $150 if you do want the collector's edition. It's all relevant to when I'm recording this video, so just keep that in mind. The Lumiere edition GameStop exclusive is out on the 31st, and as I refreshed the page, the collector's edition is not in stock. It shouldn't have even been in stock initially. I think that was an error on my side, but nonetheless, the GameStop exclusive Lumiere edition includes the full game, the Expeditioner's Journal, a 48-page art book, a steelbook featuring Gustave Mael and the Paintress, the digital deluxe upgrade pack featuring the Flowers collection, that's the outfits and whatnot. You've got Clair, a custom outfit for Mael, and Obscur, a custom outfit for Gustave as well. All of that is baked into it. I know that this is one of those games that a lot of people had no idea what to expect out of it. They didn't even hear about the game. Then they bought the game digitally, downloaded it, played through it, and they're like, wait a second, I want this game as a physical copy, and so on and so forth. And the game has just exploded. It's become one of the most beloved games in recent memory that so many people now want a physical copy. Unfortunately, it's not like Kepler was anticipating the level of demand that this game had, and they didn't print enough copies for there to be a sustainable amount for everyone to get a physical copy. Now, they are doing reprints, and I imagine that there are more reprints to come, so you will be able to get your copies of Clair Obscur Expedition 33. I am hoping that, you know, the long game is that this game is going to get some sort of DLC. Hopefully, this game wins Game of the Year of 2025. Really, I think it's going to come down to this or Death Stranding 2 as far as the game. Looking at the outlook on games coming out, I think Death Stranding 2 is going to be a contender, although all the Nintendo stuff and how beloved those games are, those might be in the mix as well, and Split Fiction is there. As far as the games I've played so far this year, Expedition 33 hands down is my game of the year, ahead of games like KCD 2, Split Fiction, which I loved. I thought that game was phenomenal, but I would put Expedition 33 above that. Monster Hunter Wilds, I would put Expedition 33 above that. And then outside of that, there are other games like Dynasty Warriors Origins that I really enjoyed, but Expedition 33 is on another level. So I would hope that this game's gonna get some sort of DLC announcement. That'll come out, and then they'll do a major reprint run, a $70 complete edition release, Game of the Year edition release, all the content on disc, and all the content on the cart, hopefully, when they port the game to the Nintendo Switch 2 as well. I just think there's a lot of money to be made as far as doing it that way. But for now, if you want this version of the game, and, I'm kind of talking about a fantasy world where all that happens with a potential Game of the Year edition, this Lumiere edition is going to be a GameStop exclusive. I could see it going out of stock very quickly, and then, we'll see what happens as far as that's concerned. But it seems like Kepler is well aware of the demand of the game, and they're doing a good job of getting more copies out there. This restock will be happening on October the 31st, so it's live right now for you to pre-order, but ultimately, it won't go back in stock until the 31st. So I'm saying this right now, jump on it, pre-order it if you're interested. It's going to be a great edition as well. I imagine that this is also going to be one of those collector's items that a lot of people are just going to keep sealed, given that a lot of you guys have the game digitally and you have interest in this game from a physical standpoint based on the fact that you love the game digitally, but you'll get the steelbook as well, which the steelbook is gonna look phenomenal. It looks great. So, yeah, a lot to sink your teeth into there. $70, so it is kind of pricey, but you're getting a lot of bonuses. So check that out, Lumiere Edition, GameStop exclusive. Also, I should note, all of these exclusive to storefronts, generally, those are the ones that appreciate in value, so take it for what it's worth. So that's my 2 cents on that. Go pre-order that if you're interested. I do also want to mention, this is more so a little bit of insight on how the game is doing. The game has cracked the overwhelmingly positive threshold on Steam. 77,000 reviews, 95% positive. That's where every game wants to be, and if you can get that many reviews and get that level of reception, obviously that's a phenomenal thing. I don't think anybody would have expected this level of reception when it initially got revealed. Like, I was excited for this game going back to the showcase in 2024 that Microsoft had. Never in my wildest dream would I have anticipated that. And while that number is publicly available and easy to assess, the other number that we can really assess is the concurrent player count. And why I find this number so fascinating to bring up is that this game came out a month and a half ago, and it is still at 37,000 concurrent players. You guys, I cannot articulate how impressive of a stat that is when you actually assess how quickly single-player games like this fall off, in the sense that it's just natural for it to happen. Games come out, people beat them, and then they move on. And usually, games of this ilk will completely plummet in concurrent player count over the course of a month. Over the course of a month and a half. To give you guys an idea, Metaphor ReFantazio, a month and a half after its release, it went from 85,000 all the way down to 12,684 players by November 18th. And that game came out October 7th. So it went to about a seventh of its initial peak. And Metaphor also had that perception of being a Game of the Year contender. Shout out to Metaphor. Thought it was a tremendous game. My Game of the Year for 2024. Expedition 33 has had a far stronger staying power to that game. So I've heard some people, and I'm not gonna throw anybody under the bus, you know, I heard some people say, oh, Expedition 33, it's a type of game that comes out and then all of a sudden, you know, a month goes by and people just don't care about it anymore. People move on from RPGs. No, this is one of those cases, and yeah, naturally, when it comes to single-player games, that's the natural course of events. People play a game, then they beat it, then they move on. Why Expedition 33's number is so fascinating is the fact that it represents people picked the game up when it came out. It grew and grew to like 120,000, 130,000, forget the exact peak, but now it's still sustaining at 37,000, meaning that there are more people that have checked out the game over time and they are still playing the game. It's not that the initial wave of people, most of those people have already beat the game by now or they're done with the game. It's because this game has had such strong discourse among people talking it that there's people that are picking up the game a week after release, 2 weeks after release, and you see that in the metrics. This is how you add context to data, guys, and I think it really reiterates how successful this game has been, and this is one of those games that I really do feel by the end of the year it's going to get consistent coverage and people will continue to talk about it, especially if it gets DLC, reprints of the physical release. It's a fascinating thing to observe when a game like this has this level of success, because obviously it had so much success when it initially came out and the buzz was there and people were talking about it, but its sustainability is actually quite remarkable. And when we talk about, oh my god, this game lost 90% of its audience in 6 weeks, which is the natural course of events for a you know, single-player narrative-driven game. I get that live service games, you know, them plummeting in 90%, 95% concurrent players in the span of 6 weeks, that's not ideal. In the case of single-player games like this, you buy it for $50, you play it, you beat it, you move on with your life. That's the natural course of events, but the fact that it's had that level of concurrent player count sustainability, I don't think that is saying something, oh my god, people are just going back to this game over and over again. No, I think it's because there's an influx of newer people coming to play this game more so than a lot of other experiences. And shout out to Metaphor, that game was phenomenal. That game was my Game of the Year of 2024, but that game fell to 1/7 of its peak within 6 weeks. Look at Expedition 33, and even, you know, it being at 25% of its peak, that's exponentially higher. That's double, and that says quite a lot. But that'll do it for me. Again, go pre-order that physical edition if you have yet to, and if you do want it, obviously. It's by no means something you have to get, but I know a lot of people have been eyeing to pick that up. Pre-order's live right now, and I think the stats on, first of all, the Steam reviews, stellar reception there, overwhelmingly positive, the threshold that every game strives to be at, and also some games just are shy of that because they're bad PC ports. Expedition 33, in my experience on PC, was rather good, so yeah, there's that going for it as well, and its sustainability on PC, because that is the most publicly available data set, is rather remarkable. You know what's more remarkable? The fact that we know that there are 3.3 million copies of this game that sold within 33 days. But that'll do it for me. Your thoughts down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.